So let's taco about something. Mainly the elephant in the room when it comes to hunting, killing, and consuming wild turkeys. Everybody thinks the thighs, the legs, and the wings are too tough. And I know a lot of you guys, I know what you're doing. I know you're throwing out half that bird. Now don't make me come to your house and take the drumsticks and beat you over the head with it. Because myself, I too am a breast man. But we can combat the toughness and the chewiness of the thighs and the legs by slow cooking them. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make carnitas. Now, probably shouldn't say it like that because Mexican dishes traditionally serve themselves pretty well to wild game. So we're gonna say it right, carnitas. What we're gonna do is slow cook them, pan-sear one side of them, serve them over your favorite taco mixings, and I promise you will never ever throw these things out again.
Now, this isn't a necessary step, but if you have the time, it's never a bad idea to brine a wild turkey. Start by heating approximately 1 gallon of water and stir in 3/4 of a cup of kosher salt and 1/2 cup of sugar until dissolved. Feel free to get fancy and add whatever spices you want, but for the purposes of this video and my undereducated subscribers, I kept this simple. Let the brine cool to room temperature so as not to prematurely cook your turkey. Nobody likes prematurely cooked turkey. Now place your legs and thighs in a food-safe container and cover the meat completely. Put it in the fridge and give it 12 to 24 hours. And don't forget to kiss it goodnight. The turkey gods will thank you. It's the next morning, and like any man, you need to tend to your meat. Turkey meat, that is. Drain off the brine and give the meat a little cold water bath for about 30 minutes or rinse them thoroughly to wash some of the salt away. We don't want these things tasting like the Pacific Ocean. While your turkey soaks, slice 1 orange, and rough chop 1 large onion. Then crack and undress 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Slice or rough chop the garlic. Gotta be honest, I'm not sure it really matters. Do what you like and don't cut your finger off. Check out those mediocre knife skills. Now it's time to put it all together. Place your legs and thighs in a crock pot. Pro tip, make sure the crock pot is big enough to fit the legs and the thighs. A trip to Walmart was made. Dump in 2 teaspoons of dried thyme, 2 teaspoons of oregano, your garlic, chopped onion, and orange slices. A 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 quart of chicken stock to fully submerge your meat. Yes, I said submerge your meat. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is a family show. If a quart isn't quite enough, just add a little water. Add 1 small cinnamon stick. Emphasis on small, this thing has the power to overtake your entire dish. And 2 to 3 large bay leaves. Lock it up and set on low for 8 hours. Now, what to do with the next 8 hours of your life?
What should we do today?
I said go to sleep.
lives. Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy? Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
7 hours later and things are coming along nicely. Traditionally, carnitas are fried on one side in lard after shredding. I don't have lard, so I'm compromising with, you guessed it, bacon. Now, I'm usually not a huge fan of adding bacon to wild game because it's like the PED of the cooking world. Everything is just better with it. But I'll do anything to have people consume this entire bird. After frying, pour off the grease, and you can sieve off the bacon bits if you choose to so they don't burn when frying. Now you have a makeshift lard and a pound of cooked bacon to feast upon, which is really a win-win. You can also take this time to heat up some corn tortillas by lightly browning one side over medium-high heat. If you don't like corn tortillas, then use whatever you like. It's your kitchen. Cooking times can vary dependent on the type of animal, so when you think your legs and thighs are getting close, just check them with a fork, and when the meat is fall off the bone tender, you know you are good to go. Then get to shredding. Not too fine of a shred though. You want to be able to crisp up one side of these things when you fry them up. Too fine and you won't get the balance of crisp and shredded meat. Those tendons within the leg that everyone is worried about, they now have the makeup of bone at this point and pull directly from the meat with no effort at all. Speaking of shredding, we've heated up one pan with vegetable oil and the other our bacon grease makeshift lard. Dump the meat in and it should sizzle immediately. Fry up the one side of the meat to give it a crusted edge. I season the meat with some ground cayenne, cumin, and smoked paprika to give it a little smoky heat, but this is completely optional. I also added some moisture by taking some of the juices from the crock pot and pouring them over the mix. This is not optional as it reintroduces those flavors back into your dish. The carnitas certainly look the part, but now it's time to plate them over the corn tortillas and throw on some of your favorite mixings. I used some fresh pico de gallo, guacamole, cilantro, sour cream, and since I couldn't find any Mexican cotija cheese, I substituted with crumbled feta. Look at these things and tell me you're gonna throw away those legs and thighs ever again.
I've already had like 4 of them. We've already finished dinner. So I'm gonna take a bite out of this. And I'm gonna pretend like I haven't tasted it yet. And like it's gonna blow my mind. You ready? Okay, so I haven't tasted it yet. Man, that's good. Tastes like pork. You've got the meat, the cheese, the pico, sour cream, guac, a little cilantro. Alright, so what was the point of the video? You don't have to make carnitas out of the legs and thighs of a turkey, but you can make them taste good. I mean, after you do this, you can turn them into carnitas. We use them for enchiladas, really any other dish that you want to turn it into. Like I said before, Mexican dishes lend themselves very well to wild game. So use your imagination. You don't have to do it exactly like this. It's about the process. Slow cooking something that is tough is going to make it less tough, plain and simple. So stop throwing out half the bird, for the love of God. Don't throw them away. Don't do it. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you give this recipe a try. I'm about to go finish my 5th taco. All right, happy cooking.